mistakes. Everybody makes them. But we shouldn't let mistakes bother us too much. For example, when I was real little, I'd watch TV with my brothers and sisters. Sometimes the picture got messed up, so someone had to turn knobs to make it better. I was real little, but I wanted to turn the knobs too. But my brothers and sisters didn't like that much. Finally, they told me it was okay for me to fix the picture, but I could only use one knob. They gave me a special knob that was just for me. Later, I figured out that my knob was just the logo of the company that made the TV. It didn't do anything to the picture at all. It just turned around and around. But it was my knob. It was nice that they did that instead of just yelling at me. I was just a little kid. I didn't know any better. Everybody makes mistakes. Oh, here's another one. One time, I heard my parents talking. They said a man was going to come to take away our car. I didn't like the sound of that. So, a man did come to our house. He drove a big red Volkswagen. Mom and Dad were talking to him, and I knew I had to do something. So I kicked him. Everybody was surprised, but they thought it was funny. When the man left, he drove away in our car, but he left a big red Volkswagen. Mom and Dad said that was a new car they just bought from him. He was just delivering it. Oh, I thought he was stealing our car. I guess I was lucky. They thought it was funny instead of yelling at me or something. Everybody makes mistakes. My brother and sister used to walk me to kindergarten on their way to school. You see, my kindergarten wasn't part of the regular school. It was a different place. One day, they dropped me off at my kindergarten, but there was nobody there. So I waited and waited and waited. I thought it was pretty weird that nobody was coming to kindergarten that day. Not even the teachers. After a long time, a police car pulled up. They drove me back home. You see, there was no kindergarten that day, but my mother didn't know it. She was home with my baby sister when she found out she didn't have a car. So she just called the cops. At dinner time, Mom had me tell Dad why he got a ride in a police car. We all laughed. Now that it was all over, it seemed pretty funny. I wasn't mad at Mom or anything. Everybody makes mistakes, you know. And hey, I got a ride in a police car. Oh, here's another one. After kindergarten, I was in first grade. That's the way it works, I guess. Kindergarten, then first grade. When the first day of school, everything was new to me. New school, new classroom, new kids. I was a little nervous, but I liked my new teacher. I wanted to be a good student, so I tried to listen to everything she said. At lunchtime, she said something like, "If you'll be going home, you could go home now." I thought, well, I go home. I'm not going to stay overnight at school. That would be silly. So I got up. I noticed that lots of kids were staying behind, and I felt bad that they couldn't go home. But I knew I was supposed to go home. I left the school, but I didn't see my brother or my sister. That was weird. I knew the way home. It took about 20 minutes to get there. When I got home, the door was locked. I tried the back door, but it was locked too. I even tried the front door. So I waited and waited and waited. Finally, my brother and sister came home. I told them I went home at lunchtime, and they told me I wasn't supposed to eat lunch at home. I was supposed to eat lunch at school. That's why I brought lunch to school. Oh, that all made sense. So I made a mistake. Everybody makes mistakes. But the next day, I made sure to stay and eat my lunch at school. Oh, here's another one. One time, I heard my dad say that up in the attic, there's stuff from when he was in the army. He said there was a tent up there. I was like, wow, an army tent? I bet there's other stuff too. Then one day, I finally got to see what was up there. How would you get a Jeep up here anyway? So I guess I kind of made a mistake about that. But hey, no harm, no foul. So when people... Who are you talking to? When people make mistakes, cut them some slack. Oh. Don't get mad at them. Hey, look at me. I'm on TV. Or maybe this is the CBS Evening News. They do something. Today, expect sunny skies. You don't like full of rain. And rainbow cupcakes falling from the sky. Just, there's nothing wrong with your television set. Ignore them. Do not attempt to adjust the picture.